we are going to design this coffee mug. Basically two parts. It's the cup part and the handle part. All right, so we click on Onshape. We go to Create, Document, Coffee Mug, and click Create Public Document. First thing we want to do is make sure our workspace units are in inches. So we're going to go up here, go to Workspace Units, and make sure this is in inches. So we're going to click on inches and click the green arrow to accept that. We're going to start our sketch on the front plane. Okay, remember, right click allows you to move things around, zooming in and out. If you use your scroll wheel, we'll do that. Now, right now it's telling me to select a plane. I want the front one. I can click front here, or a little shortcut if it's not quite where you want it and you've got that one selected, you can press N and it'll turn that plane you have selected. It's called normal to, which means it's perpendicular, which means you're looking straight at it from the front. Okay, and we're going to create a rectangle starting at the origin. Click, drag, doesn't matter, I'm just getting close. I'm going to click here because I want this dimension here to be 1.5. So as soon as I let go, this is showing me it's ready for me to enter a number. I type in 1.5, enter. And now it says, okay, what do you want to put here? See how this box is open and ready for me to put something in there? This dimension is 3. Okay, so there's my basic shape. I'm going to hit escape so I'm not in any tools. And I'm going to move my dimensions off of my shape because we know we don't really want a dimension on the shape itself like this. We want to have our dimensions off the shape. Okay, now we're going to make the curve of our coffee mug by using this 3-point arc. If this arc is not at the top, click on the arrow because there's several different ones here. And you can select the 3-point arc. We're going to go to the midpoint of this line. So if you kind of hover without doing anything, when you get there, it shows you, hey, I'm at the center. So I'm going to click one there. I'm going to go to the center of this, and when you hover, and oh, there's the center, click. And now do you see the dot? That's the radius of my circle. I'm going to kind of just guess in here somewhere. What we want is, when I click, we want that to be 2. So I click anywhere, it doesn't matter exactly where, because now I just enter 2 is what I want, and press enter. Now again, I'm going to hit escape again, just because I want to move this dimension again out here. Remember, we put these dimensions for an arc or circle or radius at 45-degree angles. We don't have it straight out here. We have it kind of 45-ish. Now, I don't suppose it has to be exactly, but I'm going to put it over here. Okay. Now we're going to use our trim tool to delete or erase or remove those 2 lines. So we're left with kind of a shape there. Okay, I'm on number 3 on the worksheet. That was number 3. Number 4, I want to offset this to create the mug thickness. So here's my offset tool right here. And I'm just going to click on this line. And you notice it's offsetting it this way. Now, I'm not going to mess with it yet. I'm going to do it at the end, but I want to do this line, this arc, and this line at the bottom. Okay, so what it's done, it's copied this line, but it's offset it this way, 0.25 or 1/4 of an inch. Well, I want it, see this arrow? I can click and drag this. I want it to go on the inside. And you can mess with it and go, okay, there's 27, 26, 25. You can get it exactly there if you want, or you can just get it close. And as soon as I press enter, Notice that comes up. It says, hey, what do you want that number to be? So I can just do 0.25, enter, puts it in, makes it easy. Once again, I'm going to hit escape, and I'm going to move this dimension over off to the side a little bit. Okay, so this is the outline of our mug here. Okay, I'm on number 5 now on the worksheet, because now I'm going to trim with this tool up here. I'm going to trim this line and this line, and here's my basic shape. But for my cup, you know what I want to do? I'm going to zoom in here a little bit and come right up to here. I want this to be rounded, so when I put my mouth on this to drink, it's rounded, it's more comfortable. Again, I'm going to use the 3-point arc. I'm going to click here on this point, click here on this point, and now do you see the center point of my diameter moving, that little blue dot? If I move this up and move that dot, that center point radius, so it's right on the line, pink, see how it kind of like locks into place? Click. It's 1.25, which is what I want. So I'm going to press enter. Now, I've got too many dimensions on this. It's over constrained, and the computer doesn't like when you have too many dimensions on there. So at least I think that's the problem. So what I'm going to do to make this easy is I'm going to hit escape. I'm going to click on this dimension here and delete it. I'm going to click on this dimension here and put it off to 45 degrees. Okay, so that'll work. Now I can also trim this if I want to trim this, because I don't need these lines anymore. Okay, so that is the shape of my mug. To finish the shape of my mug, I have to click on the green check mark to say I'm done. That's the perimeter of my mug, and you'll see how this works in just a second here. So now we're going to do something a little weird. I am going to draw a new sketch on the top plane. So sketch, top plane, and I'm going to, again, I can rotate this or just press N, because I'm going to make a circle right here at the origin. A circle that's 1.5, enter. Okay, and I'm going to click done. That's all I need to do. Oh, you know what I should do? Escape. I should move this out to the side. Remember, we don't draw on our inside of our shape. Finish the sketch over here. Now here's a neat tool, and this is really cool. Watch. This is right up here. This is called the sweep tool, and it's going to take this shape here. It's going to rotate it around this circle, this path right here. Okay, so I'm going to click on sweep, and right here now it asks me what faces and sketches I want to sweep. Okay, this is my shape that I want to sweep right here, so I have to click on that. Then if you accidentally click on something else, well, let me see, you can delete that. What if I clicked on this by mistake? Oops, I don't want that. I can get rid of that. So face here, click on this, and the path that it wants to take is this path. And as soon as I click here, pretty neat, huh? So it took that shape of this thing, this outline I made, and it rotated it around that circle, so now I have my basic mug shape. Pretty cool, huh? And finish. Now we need a handle. So again, I'm going to click New Sketch, click on the front, and for this part, we're going to use this tool up here, the spline tool. When you click on this, you click and you move, and it makes the curve however you want it to be. And when you get to the end, you click twice, click, click, and makes your nice line there. Okay, now that's obviously not the shape I want. I'm going to undo that. Click on here again. Now, I don't want to try to get it right exactly on the line because I might miss. I'm going to kind of go across this way into the cup just a little bit. So I click, and I'm just going to kind of go click, click. I've done this a couple times, so I kind of have a decent idea of where I want this to be. You might have to experiment with it a few times. And again, when I finish this, I don't want to stop right here. I want to kind of go into the cup a little bit. And I forgot to click twice, so I can hit escape on my keyboard, and that'll finish that. There's my path that my handle is going to go on. Okay. So now, so far, when we draw sketches, we have to be on a plane. Then this is a weird shape right here. So we're going to do something we haven't done yet and create a new plane. Okay, so I'm going to close this up and click on my front plane here. And right here is the plane tool. Now you might not see yours there. If you don't, you'll see this one for sure. This is an offset surface. If you don't see this plane tool here, click on the down arrow next to the offset surface and you'll see, well, mine's not showing up because it shows plane right here. So you'll see that down there. So I click on the plane, and right now it's saying, okay, where do you want your plane? What kind of plane do you want? I don't want an offset plane. I want a curve point plane. Okay, this is the curve, so I click on the curve, and this is the point that I want. So it just created a new plane that's perpendicular to this point right here, so I can draw something on it. So I'm going to draw my shape of my handle on here, and we'll see how this works in just a second. So now I finish this. Now I do a sketch. I'm on number 6 on the worksheet. Sketch, and I'm going to select this weird plane I just created, and I'm going to make a circle right on this dot right here. And I'm going to move it, and you notice it's a little, I'm not really facing it just right. It should be like this. So I'm going to hit N for normal, and it'll do that. This I want to be 0.35, enter. Okay, so now I have this weird plane. I have a curve, and I have a circle right on there. So check this out. Finish the sketch. Here's the sweep tool again. I'm going to sweep that. What do I want to sweep? I want to sweep the circle, and I want to sweep the path that I want to sweep it along is the curve. So it's going to take this circle and go along the whole path. And click the green arrow. There's my mug.